Hi, everyone. My name is Deb Kelsbeek. I am the owner of FemPro Business Society. Just thank you so much for taking this time to take a listen to this recording, this lesson. So we're definitely going through some crazy unknown times right now, and I want to take a quick minute for us to discuss some things that you can do through this season and ways that we can prepare for a successful future as we come out on the other side of it. So the first thing is first, and that is to create an emergency fund. And hear me out. I know that we are in this insanely crazy time, and this came about like very suddenly. We didn't really have time to prepare. We had to very quickly shift and pivot our businesses and even our personal finances in our life. So you may not have had an emergency fund, and I'm sure that hurts right now within your business and in your personal life, but this is one of the top on my list. And I know that it may be something that you can't really plan for right now because money might be really tight, but this is something to take the time right now to have this plan in place, set up this fund where you're going to put the money to have an emergency fund. And then once we're out of the season, you can go ahead and start implementing this one is to have an emergency fund, because if something else comes up like this that as an emergency is something that we can't really plan for. Well, we can plan for it. We don't know when it's going to arise. So it's just good to have one there and ready to go. Another really good one is to supplement your income. So find ways to supplement your income with a little extra each month. And this could be an extra 50, this could be an extra 100. This money, you are not going to live off of this amount. Instead, you're going to put this into the emergency fund. And this is a good way for you to start supplying that emergency fund if you're like, oh, we're already living on really close quarters. So living off of your bare minimum, and I know that it can be a little uncomfortable, but it's with that long-term in mind. So it's okay that right now it feels really uncomfortable. It doesn't mean that you can't ever spend that money, that you can't ever, go and splurge on something, because if we are too tight on that emergency fund and that any fund money that comes in goes directly to it, like you're going to start losing your motivation. But the point of supplementing your income is that you have that little extra if things are a little tight that you can go ahead and put into the emergency fund. So one way that you can also loosen up some money that's already being taken somewhere else is to look at all of your expenses, especially the subscriptions that you may have forgotten about. A little trick that may help when it comes to subscriptions that you may have forgotten about is to ask your bank to reissue your debit cards and to cancel the ones that you currently have. So you can then re-sign up for the subscriptions that you actually want with the new card number. The ones you don't reapply for will just kind of fall off, and they'll just cease to exist. You cannot do this with your bills, so make sure to be mindful that you need to re-up your bills with the new card. Like, you need to reapply your new card to the new bills. Otherwise, that can just like completely do the opposite of what you're trying to do. And I think that kind of goes without saying. And then next, I do have notes here. Sorry, I know that I know the camera is like right here, but it's in a weird spot, and so I feel like I'm just like going all over the place. So sorry about that. Also been enough coffee this morning. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing that you can do to kind of help recession-proof your business, and this also goes for your personal life too, is to improve your credit score. So check out some places that help you with your credit. So the next one is going to be to improve your credit score. Pay down on any loans that you have high interest rates on, living within your means. And if you look ahead and see a possible economic strain, plan ahead. Obviously, we we're in one right now with an economic strain. It means more of to look ahead, making a solid plan. I know we're in an economic strain right now. Trust me, I feel that. But it's really good to also have, and this one I don't even have in my notes, but I want to let you know about it. It's good to ask for a loan from the bank before you actually need it. And the reason why, and you should never plan to actually have to use it, but it's good to have it there in case an emergency comes up that is like absolutely dire, because banks do not want to give you money once you need it. They would rather give someone who doesn't really need it the money at that point. So it's a really good time if you are in a solid financial state to go ahead and go to the bank and get a line of credit at that point. As well, I do want to state that right now is probably not the time to be mindlessly spending, as we don't really know how long this virus is going to go on. Obviously, sooner rather than later, businesses are going to start reopening, and that'll be amazing. But just don't mindlessly spend. Like, have a budget, create a budget. I know that especially if you go to, her name is Tara Jones. She owns Your Pretty Penny. I think it's Your Pretty Penny. I will have to correct it if it's wrong, but she will help you set up a budget and stick to that budget, and she will help you figure out like, okay, let's have a little bit extra in this fund money so that you aren't mindlessly spending. It's planned for. Another one is to diversify your investments and to be real about the risks. Don't gamble money that you cannot afford to lose. So another person to really talk to about this is Dysa. Dysa Horner. So I can also put her contact information in the notes just so you have that available in case she's someone that you want to reach out to. But she can talk to you all about your investments and can also talk to you about your money spending and budgeting. So other ways, so that's like very much about the economic state of our business, but here's some other ways that we can kind of recession proof our businesses, is to keep marketing. And you guys, I cannot stress this one enough. Often when we are in a struggle financially, marketing is like the first one to go. And this could not be like a worse idea. Like, just, you have to keep marketing. It's consistency that your following is looking for, and suddenly you like disappear and then you just pop back up because like, oh, we're financially good now. Like, no, do whatever you can on your own. And we're actually going to be rolling out a course on this, on how to market your business for little to no money, like systems that you can put into place to continue marketing your business. And as sometimes if you are in a really good state in your business, it may be time to consider hiring a marketing team because they're going to know way more about this stuff because that's what they do on a day-to-day basis. Another thing is to have a solid foundation and system in your place. If you can't hand off your business to someone else, meaning everything is written down and not just in your head, then you don't have a system. You have a self-made job. And I'm well aware that that is hard truth. So maybe right now would be a really good time to spend the time to get all this stuff that is just in your head, dump it out. Put it out on a Word doc, Google Doc, and try to get like your real system into place. What actual programs and systems do you use in your business to the point that you can just hand off your business to someone else? Not saying that you will, but it's a good time to get things into place before like any economic or recession were to happen. So one thing during that season is to cut any unnecessary spending and to track your finances carefully. So once again, if you are not skilled in this area particularly, I definitely suggest for you to reach out to Tara or to Dysa. And there's plenty others within the FemPro Business Society that are incredible on this, and we can also leave their information in the notes. These are just two people that I have personally worked with and had a good experience. So the next thing is to add value to your following without overpricing yourself, because right now is not the time to up your prices. another thing is to always under promise and over deliver. Have the most amazing client experience possible. Making sure also that your business message is like crystal clear. And honestly, that may be asking a friend to, go through your marketing materials, go through your website, your social media, and just to make sure that what you're trying to get across is actually coming across. This is also a really, really good time to collaborate with fellow businesses because we can all benefit from one another's services and our products. And it's okay to offer your service and product as a barter. I do say that if you're going to do a barter, that there needs to be an agreement in place, no matter how small like the barter is. Like, you need to lay out clear expectations, and you want to make sure that the barter is an even value. Otherwise, like, it can just get really messy real fast. So lastly, you guys, I want to tell you, just like, bottom line, have a clear message, tell others that message, have the best product and service possible, track your finances, and plan. This is not the time that you can have a subpar service. It needs to be incredible to where other people are going to be talking about it. And you have to do that every single time. And it has to be a system to where your entire team knows what to do and that your clients know what to expect as well from you. Remember that during this time, like this current season, your clients and customers' needs have become very different. Their needs before this were probably geared more towards luxury, and now their services are geared more towards survival and being really unsure what to expect when we leave the season and we're on the other side of this virus. So kind of ask yourself this question: how can your business help them through this? You will definitely need to be changing your business brand message through this season to help them navigate through this season, to help them feel safe and secure. You will have to adapt to your brand message again after the season. So just keep that in mind. Once again, that you are navigating your following through this new normal at that point, once it's after. So you're gonna have to change the brand messaging for right now as we're in the season, and then once again, once we leave this season. So once again, just keep that in mind, look forward, plan ahead, how you're gonna do this. And you may need to sit down and create 2 different plans. One for the right now and creating a brand, new brand message. Where right now are your clients hanging out? How can you serve them? What can you offer them right now? Because many storefronts very quickly had to move from an online platform versus people coming into their shop, and that was difficult. But it's one way that you can kind of stand out and be like, you know what, we put the work in and we're not going anywhere. And I think that's kind of what our following needs to hear right now. Okay, and I know I said it lastly, but I have another one. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Then you need to create a plan to come out of it. It may mean speaking to your following's new freedom of being able to leave the house again, to go have fun, or how their family means everything to them. I do see there being a change. I don't know exactly that it will be long term, but it will be for sure in the next 6 to 9 months after the ban is lifted. We will go to a slower pace of life where we, connect more one-on-one. Most of our events at this point are completely canceled. And you'll probably, and you're following, even yourself, you will be spending more personal time with your loved ones. It's definitely a really good time to start thinking about all this, to plan for it. What will that look like for your business? And definitely don't wait until the time comes that the ban is lifted, because you'll end up burning yourself out by playing catch up. So I know that was a lot of information, but just thank you so much once again for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. We are more than happy to help you, and we are here to help you navigate through this season because everything will be okay and it will go back to normal. All right. Bye, guys.